We're live now, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually a pleasure. I'm so happy that this moment is really possible because I have with me Etieno Ntuk. And I want to believe I got your pronunciation properly, Etieno Ntuk. And
Yes, it is.
yeah, okay, thank you. The first time I came across Eti-eno Ntuk was actually through a book of hers I had helped to go through or edit back in the day. And I love a special attraction, a special admiration for the father. And since then, I've followed a couple of stuff she's done online, and she's been really consistent. She's not the type that comes online and she's everywhere. She wants to solve people, she wants to yap people, she wants to embarrass people, and even herself. So she has this positive vibe. So I was like, of recent, she came online and celebrated her award from a very big community of people outside her home country. And I reached out to her and I was like, why not come and share with us how you started, how this whole thing went, so that people who want to follow your trail would do so in a way that makes a whole lot of sense. And she said yes. That's why I'm smiling like an idiot right now. So thanks so much for saying yes to this moment, and we just this one don't be me go like they talk now. Now you go show yourself. So it's a pleasure, and it's really amazing to have you here. So good evening and welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. David. Thank you for having me here.
All right, all right, all right. It's a pleasure actually. So just tell us about yourself and your career trajectory. I mean, you would know that you are not someone who is you're not an online vendor, for instance. People who sell a couple of stuff online every day. You are selling the same thing over and over again. You're not also doing what some of us are doing, but I'm pretty sure you have something that strikes you, something that keeps you going. We want to start this conversation with that one.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Eti-eno Ntuk. I am a marine biology graduate from the Akwa Ibom State University, Nigeria. I am an author. I am into content writing. I've worked with three international NGOs, including Achieving Health Nigeria Initiative. I worked there as a consultant. I am interested in humanities and development, and I am always looking for frontiers to develop myself. So I think that's all we should know about me.
Okay, okay. Thanks so much. And sometimes when we talk about international relationships, like we see people today who studied one particular course and they are ending up with another course to do something else. We see people who are lawyers ending up as tech gurus. We see people who were once bankers becoming filmmakers. We see people who, in fact, there are thousands and thousands of people who are actually doing what they did not study in the university. And they would say it's my passion. Sometimes I want to believe it's just that they are looking for money and they feel that these places are just the places to go to, you get. But at the end of the day, passion is not always enough. You believe that, right? Passion is not always enough because your bills will come hitting, your responsibilities will come firing you. You just want to run away to some place, some crazy place, because your passion will not be enough to take you to certain places. So when it comes to that, when it comes to the mix of passion and what people study in the university, I'm interested in actually knowing from your personal experience going far, what has been enough, or what do you think will be enough for you in terms of your career trajectory at the moment?
I think personally, different things drive different people. For me,
Okay.
it was yeah, it has never been money. It has never been money. It has always been projecting myself, challenging myself to become who I have never been. When I when
Okay.
I first when I got admission into the university, I had two choices. I was supposed to choose between marine biology and biological science. I took up the
Mm.
challenge to study marine because I was fascinated about water, but the water body. I just wanted to challenge myself. I had never
Okay.
visited the stream, I had never visited the ocean. So I took up that challenge, and it has always been like that for me. After school, when I did not see the job coming from the marine sector, I started making shoes. And for me, that was another challenge. So I have always taken up challenges. I see myself as an innovative entrepreneur. I take up any challenge, any way. I don't believe I was made to do one thing. I believe I can do anything. So
Mm.
different things drives different people. For me, it has always been becoming who I think I should be, the better version of me. I think I've
Mm.
answered the question.
Yeah, 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 yeah. A better version of you, a better version of you. And of course, if I want to give a history of my own personal experience, and it's not mine have been a blend of passion, a blend of opportunities, a blend of networking. Sometimes I just hit a gold mine by having mere conversations with people. You know,
Yeah.
I as a person, I think I started off my career in I started off my career writing. Yes. And it's not that I'm done with writing, but I just know that writing, it's something I'm passionate about, but I've also learned to monetize it. But I didn't go to school to learn English and literary studies. I've had my first degree, had my second degree, had a 2-year program. I've traveled to places. I've had different types of certifications, trainings, and so it's been a journey. It's been a journey, really. And for a lot of persons out there, it's important to always have it at the back of our minds that sometimes in life it is good to listen to what your heart is saying when you are with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I was watching Elon Musk on YouTube some time ago, and he said he admired people like he admired people like Steve Jobs, and he also admired people like Neil Armstrong, the first guy that landed on the moon. He was part of the team. So each time he listened to Neil Armstrong online talking about possibilities of traveling and how the world needs more and more people who can explore space, he felt that yes, he had got the answer to that thing that had been hitting on his chest. So that was how he discovered that he is actually going to do something about space travel. You know, forget the fact that much later the Neil Armstrong that was his icon actually made a jest out of SpaceX and the whole Tesla stuff much later in life, and he actually felt so bad. But the point is, this guy got an inspiration from someone he respected, an icon. And that inspiration pushed him to the extent that he actually called the attention of Neil Armstrong years later. So, networking is incredibly important as much as opportunities. And that's why I said it is important to listen when you are speaking or you are speaking with people every day. You can get one of the things that will really hit your chest. And I could go on and on to talk about how these things work, but we're talking about you really. And you were recently awarded by a certain organization. I'm interested in that story. Share with us how you use that your networking to your advantage.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, it is true that recently I was awarded the best delegate in the Youth International Conclave Model United Nations conference. I Can you hear me? I feel
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
okay. Um, Youth International, I, is it from your end?
I'm actually hearing you. I'm hearing you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Youth International Conclave is it it's committed to developing youth programs, com- like inviting youth across the globe, developing programs to push youth to push youth to different programs. Sorry about that. It's established to developing youth for leadership, and they develop different or various programs, including the Model United Nations. Model United Nations. Model United Nations is an academic simulation of the United Nations. It's it's also targeted at developing youth. So this is one of the programs. Oh, we've lost the host. Hello, Mr. David.
Okay. Are you
Mr.
there?
Yes, I am here. I think network logged out.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. So we were talking about the organization, the
Okay.
Youth International Conclave. I said it's
Mm,
an organization that is committed to building youth programs, to building youth emerge for leadership, and just connect. It's the connecting thing, connecting youth from different parts of the world, and
mm,
they come up with different programs, and one of those is the Model United Nations. model
okay.
united nation Model United Nation is an academic simulation of the United Nations, where
Mm,
students get to play the role of delegates representing different countries around the world to solve or attempt solving problems, global issues, using policies, using the perspective of their designed countries. So
mm,
this is one of the conferences that was held recently in the Youth International Conclave. And so I participated in it and won the Best Delegate Award. But it was not the first time I've gotten such awards. I've in the past gotten two international awards, plus this made the third one. And
mm,
how I have used um how networking has helped. I feel like you mentioned before the network locked you out. You mentioned that networking does not have to be global. It starts with
mm.
family and friends. So for
Okay.
me, it began with my family and my friends. I remember a time when my friend posted something. about concerning the Model United Nations. Now, I saw a post on my WhatsApp status. I saw a Model United Nations certificate, and I told him I was interested in that. I congratulated him and told him I was interested in that, and that I would appreciate if he could share links with me in subsequent times. He said okay, and he shared the next link with me. He asked me to apply. I applied, and then I never knew it was supposed to be a physical conference to be held in Dubai. I got the invitation, but there was no way I could go there. So I made a post on my WhatsApp that I posted it that I've gotten this invitation, but this is what is hampering the movement. I needed financial support. And before I knew it, my friends took it. Before I knew it, a senator got it. From the comfort of my room, I got a call and I got the money. But
Wow.
I could, yeah, I could not attend the conference, the physical conference, even though it's to hold in September next month. I know I'll not be there because I have another physical conference here to attend. But but this is networking. This happened just within 3 people. And these are people I had known in secondary school. I haven't seen them in years. And the senator had never seen me. He just sent the money. So this was a driving force for me. I said, "Oh, this is how much people appreciate success." So I really want to mention utilizing internet resources. This is something I have observed that our youth don't. There are so many opportunities, so
Tell them,
many.
oh, tell them.
We don't utilize internet resources. I see links, I see links online, and then I'm like, okay, the last I'm doing a course online. I'm doing an online course, a compassionate integrity training, and it's worth $250, but I'm doing it for free. I got the link. Okay, I saw it online and I shared it with a few people, but they just came up with excuses. This is something that just needed us to register. It was free for Africans.
Can you
So
imagine?
it they came up with excuses and I got it. And that it was the day I saw it was the deadline. So we don't utilize internet resources. So back to my award, I started surfing the internet and I got oh my God, Mr. Roberts, thank you so much. Thank you. I started surfing the internet and I saw a link still on still Model United Nations. I registered, and then it was the first time I was going to appear in such conference. So I didn't know anything, and I was the only Nigerian. I was the only Nigerian there. So when I got there, one of the chairpersons there was a Nigerian. He was so amazed to see me, and since the conference held on Zoom, he private chatted me and asked that I dropped my contact, and we connected. And that was my first experience there. I didn't get to win any award, but it gave me the leverage to connect with people, different people from different cultures, people from different countries, and the Nigerian chair. So when we connected, I told him it was the first time I attended such conference and that I would like him to coach me. I would like to attend other conferences. He said he would do his best. So he started sending me links like to attend conferences like that. So I started attending. He was the one who sent a Youth International Conclave link to me. So I attended the first one. He sent the first one, the Global Youth engagement model United Nations. That was the one I posted on Facebook. I won the best delegate. I and then he sent this other one. This one came with so many benefits, so many, including another fully funded trip to Dubai. Yes. So it has always been. I remember last year, the first international award I got last year was okay. My pastor added me to a WhatsApp group, a political group, and I came across one link asking for participants, candidates to for the Pan African quiz competition. Like someone, like I would say, I always love to challenge myself. I decided to register. We had six candidates from Nigeria. I was chosen to represent Nigeria. Myself and another participant was chosen, and we emerged winner across 10 African countries. And if I had not known my pastor, I wouldn't be there on that group. I wouldn't see the link. So, like you said, we should learn to listen to people. We should learn to utilize internet resources. We should never leave any message unread, especially important messages. And you should just challenge yourself. Nobody will do it for you. Nobody will do it for you. So this is how I've leveraged these opportunities. This is how I've connected with people across the globe. People across the globe. And also recently I posted my brother's artwork and someone outside Nigeria was demanding, oh yes, she wants to purchase it. Even not so it could even help in your businesses. Don't say, I'm not interested in the United Nations. Even as a business person, it could help you because you just gain access across the world. Who knows, you might win a fully funded trip outside. So this is yeah. Oh my God. So this is how I've leveraged opportunities and I'm still going. I'll never stop.
When you are talking, I'm just, you have to pardon the way I'm smiling. I smile this way when I'm so glad and excited about the whole process. You have a message here by, can you see Robert's message? He said he's part of your 3 p.m. break in America, meant to global educational connections as Etieno is sharing. So thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much,
And
Mr. Robert.
I just took some points out of what you were saying. And the first thing is identification of opportunities. Because I can tell you for real that sometimes I send some of these links to people. They would just think that, in fact, I sent one to a lady of recent because she was like, okay, she wanted to get to work so place. So I sent her a link. I said, these guys are having a webinar. It's an opportunity to get to join the webinar, to get to ask for the email of the hiring person, and most importantly to see the key guys in that organization. Do you know what she told me? She said, I better go. I know they click link like that because all these scam people everywhere. And sometimes there are some funny words people say that, as much as you are trying to be very careful with your online presence, but you need to ask yourself, why is this person sending this link? I felt a bit disappointed, tried to explain it to her because I needed to before she actually said, okay, let me just try it. But guess what? She never clicked on that link because 2 days before this, I think it was on that same webinar day, I asked her, okay, I hope you're ready to attend the webinar. She was like, which webinar are you talking about? I said, okay, Well, I'm so sorry. I don't want to spend the rest of my day explaining to you why you need to start attending meetings like that. So I just have to leave her. Okay, so there are numerous persons like that that you send opportunities their way, or you send places, or you send things that you're supposed to network with people. They will come with excuses. Some will even tell you they don't have data. They won't tell you that they will need to be assisted with data to attend the event. They will outrightly come up with the excuse that there is no data until they can't even afford it. So you don't even see their effort, which in fact takes me to the second point. When you identify an opportunity like you did, you see the second thing you did was that you were able to come up with an effort, and the effort was asking questions. How do I get to attend this event? When is the next one coming? I missed this one because I wasn't aware, but now I'm aware of this new one. How do I get to attend the next one? Okay. And I remember there was this event while I was in Lagos. I missed one of the it's always a monthly activity, a monthly seminar, where it's a conference rather, where filmmakers visit a particular facility in University of Lagos to talk about the film industry, to talk about entrepreneurship, different guys like that. So I missed the first one and I didn't know. The second one, I saw the poster online. I never knew where the University of Lagos was. I never even knew where the street, which is Akoka, I never knew where it was. But I asked questions. I remember how all these Lagos guys, how they suffer me that day. Enter from one down food to another. I'm asking questions. I beg, I'm going to the University of Lagos, and you see people trying to you need for Lagos, waiting. The way everybody was rushing, mad rush, but I was determined to like be a part of that event. And I finally got there, was tired and exhausted, but at the nick of time, like I think 30 minutes or 25 minutes before the event started, and I joined. And it incredibly changed my life because I was able to not just go there, take pictures with those entertainers, celebrities, but I got incredible contact from there. And even when I moved to Abuja at the time, I still retain those connections. So efforts. And I have numerous examples to give to show you that some people cannot identify opportunities even when you show them. And some people, when they do identify those opportunities, don't make the effort. In my mind, as you are listening to me, I can apply to 10 opportunities in a day or in a week, depending on how scheduling the workplace is. My own is you people who either say, I have been rejected or I have been accepted. You will not come to my house and kill me. You will not, you will not do anything that will hurt me. It is either yes, so you have been accepted into this program. No, but I need to make that effort. I
Yeah.
need to make that effort. It really pains me, that you are so talented, you are so good, but you just want people to spoon feed you, which is what I see a lot of young people do these days. And it's not just an African thing. Okay, it's not just an African thing. It's not just someone from Nigeria or Kenya or Cameroon or Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. Sorry, yeah, it's not just an African thing. There are people in the United States. I've had a chat with some friends who are outside, and it's almost the same thing. Before they even go to where you are sending them to, they are asking you questions like, how much dollar is this shit gonna turn to me, man? I'm like, man, just chill now. Just go check out this thing. You've been complaining of your bills, yes, but if you work from like 8 to 12, check out this other opportunity. Just do something else, an extra. You are better off. Okay. So identifying of those opportunities and then making an effort. That is what you actually did. And then the last one was when you are done making the effort, you've been accepted or rejected. The very important one is to make sure that you are networking with people within that
Yes.
space and outside. If you are attending a Zoom meeting, for instance, people just attend the Zoom meeting and they are busy doing their own thing. You are not listening. You are not paying at yeah. You are not paying attention to those who are the attendees or the participants. There are some Zoom meetings I attend, and after the Zoom meeting, I'm like, okay, everybody is going their way after this meeting. Me, I don't want that one. So I'm going to suggest to the lead person there. I say, um, can we have a group where we network after this section, at least for a week or two? And most of the time, I can tell you, even if that group may not always be active by the leaders, of the organization, but at least they know that, look, we had a webinar, and the product of that webinar is we have people in the group. So
Yeah.
somehow they may feel obligated. Yeah, somehow they may feel obligated to be dropping nuggets. Maybe nuggets, maybe opportunities coming out from that organization, maybe something that will be of benefit to the participants. And then
Yeah.
emails. People visit websites these days, and when they see a pop-up like subscribe to our newsletter, do you want to follow news from this organization, you will just vex, go click cancel. You get, you don't want to
Yes.
subscribe, you don't want to put their email, they don't want to put. How then do you want people to know that you are interested in the organization? You get.
Yeah.
So in my organization now, I've subscribed to the newsletter. Now where they work, I for just like say, okay, let me forget about this thing, it's not important. Okay, but then it's a habit that I've built over time. You visit the website, you like their resources, you like what they are doing, why not try to follow up? Why not try to follow up? And I really love that very last point you raised, that you've got a fully funded scholarship or something to Dubai, and a lot of people did not know, right? They didn't know that it was free for Africans. That is it. Oh, I remember um, this really funny experience I had early this year. Some members of the FBI, the one a lot of you have been hearing, the intelligence system of the United States, they were having this training alongside um, a fundraising team, and the fee for that event was, I think, more than $150 or $200 around that time, just to register for the conference. It was titled, if you look at my profile, I think it was titled Fundraising Intelligence Conference. Yes, just to expose people to the intelligence behind getting money from people. I think that's the whole long and short story of it. Intelligence
Yeah.
behind getting money from people. So we had a lot of guys who were coming from a lot of philanthropic organizations, those ones that are earning billions of dollars, getting those stuff. So they came, shared how they were able to take that their fundraising journey intelligently. And when I looked at the table of contents from that conference, I was like, man. And this was a time that um, my wife was really, really sick. I think she was due for an operation or something. I was like, man, this money, and this thing is really, really important. But Why not send them an email? Why not ask for a waive of this fee? And that it was quite funny. I went to the lady's. I think her name is Lauren. I went to Lauren's LinkedIn, sent her a message, thanked her for everything she's doing for the fundraising world. Told her, look, I am so interested in this conference. I have taken my time to go through the modules, the program, everything. And I think that the best thing that can happen to me right now is if I have a waiver fee. If this fee, the whole thing we say, I don't get the money to pay am, but I want to attend. So in my mind, I was like, is either a yes
Or
or
I
a
know.
no. She will not come to my house to shoot me. Oh. She will not deprive me of my food. Oh. She will not do anything that is going to be of adverse effect to me. So I took that risk, and then she made a recommendation I should write to the organizer of the event, asking for a waiver and using a certain coupon. And that's exactly what I did. I wrote an email to the guy. The guy responded within 45 minutes and told me that there are opportunities for people like me. I say, oh, hallelujah. That's why I did enter that conference. So, I mean, I was really bamboozled by the intelligence of people there. That place was like a world of its own. The platform alone, eh? The platform alone that was used for that conference was I've never been a part of that type of platform before. You can almost like read the thoughts of everyone there. And I felt lucky, really. So I am just trying to draw some kind of connection between what you have said and my own personal experience to push it out there to everyone who is listening that look, sometime you can have the opportunity, but without efforts, you are not going to be able to network. And networking includes reaching out to people to say, look, I need this thing. And I love what you did, really. I love what you did, pushing out that opportunity for people and telling them, look, I am here, I am ready, I have done it, but the money is not there. People see that effort. And that was why that senator was able to come through, even without your expecting.
Yes.
You get. So thank you so much. Let me not bring my own story and everything into it. But I just felt that man, it's good that we listen to people who have familiar stories to share, people who have that kind of gist that will incredibly change another person's life. And that will take me to the last question. I think it's the last question. What is the most important challenge when it comes to networking with people outside one's country?
Okay. For me, it's generally it's diversity, divergence in political views, religious views, cultural views. Just that diversity is always there. For example, in a core Muslim state, let's say like Saudi Arabia, and we someone from there, if you're conversing with someone from there, or if someone from Britain, for example, is conversing with someone from that place, you'd get to see the struggle in conversations. It's very tough to reach a resolution, especially when we have international dialogues. It's very hard
Mm.
to, because they have this tend to hamper the discussions we have. It's always very hard. It's always an issue to reach an understanding. It's either I get to understand that person or he gets to understand me, especially when there is maybe a foreign policy. It's always very difficult, even in language. Some of them, you know, that some of them, English is always their second languages. English is not their number one language, and because of this, you would have to strain your ear to listen to them. It's a big challenge, especially in competitions like that, and maybe the host is not saying what you understand. You just have to try to listen more carefully. So it's just the diversity in all these aspects, culturally, in the political aspects, in the religious aspects, especially religion. So that's a major challenge, but I don't think it's anything we cannot solve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we proceed to, if anyone has questions, from those who are watching, I remember this particular experience I had sometime with a friend. He was coming from Amsterdam, and he's very British. And when I say very British, is those people that back then in secondary school they used to say white people are speaking through their nose, or like, how are you doing? Today was a good day. I don't know about you, you know. So I had coffee with him in the dining, and he was speaking English language. I don't know what I was speaking because he, I listened to him and I was like, okay, Ruben. I in my mind I was like, I hope this is how you people pronounce this Ruben. Then I went ahead to ask him a question like, out of all the countries, why did you choose Nigeria to come and do uh, your internship? Because he was coming to meet someone who was close to me in Port Harcourt. The guy is the founder of a particular organization that talks about oil issues, with the locals and then the federal ministry of energy. So he came all the way to make that networking work. The more I tried to talk to this guy on the dining, the more I discovered that, look, this English way this guy they talk, no be the one way I sabi o. So I needed someone, yeah, for real. He was speaking English, but I needed someone to actually break down to me what he was saying. And thank God there was this Nigerian guy who was there who have been in that same location, and he seemed to understand him better. So each time I speak my own version of English, I will now turn to the guy for him to just nod and say, "Guy, you are there. You are getting it. You are getting it." It's not that I couldn't speak, but most it was that I couldn't understand what he was saying 100%, and I needed to get to that point. So I think it was from that, after that encounter, I came across uh, an British English kind of teacher online. I had to enroll sharp sharp. I mean, I need to go into these people's. Yeah, I paid 3 months. 3 months uh, I was learning the whole English stuff. 3 months, and I discovered the more I went in, the more this thing is tougher than it was. I wasn't paying I wasn't paying attention to my English language until that time. So I enrolled for that course. 3 months wasn't okay. I told Ife that, look, please add 3 more months. So I did 6 months. So the whole idea of this experience for me is the more you network with people, the more you discover that you have a lot of noises in your head that needs to be
Yeah.
attended to.
Yes.
For me, that noise was not speaking English, but understanding when the right version of that English is being spoken to.
Yes.
It actually helped me because I had organized a webinar with somebody from, I had someone from Australia join that webinar. I had someone from New Zealand join that webinar, a native of New Zealand. And to be really honest with you, when you listen to these two group of persons speak their version of English, you are like, you just, you want to, please, can you repeat that? Each time they are trying to say something, I'm like, can you say that again? Can you say that again? It even was really was when I had someone from Scotland. Their own English is so. I realized that to be a global person, to be a global citizen, you have to pay attention to how you listen to people. And
Yes.
you need to let them know that you are trying to understand their cultural differences, their language, their background. Or imagine a Nigerian meeting someone from France and you're having a whole lot of kiss. You're like, you just shy. Someone is giving you a peck on the cheek. Yeah,
On the
oh,
cheek.
yeah. It's a form of greeting. And
Yeah.
then the Nigerian in you, will be like, especially if the person is one beautiful lady, and you're like, oh my, you're just shining, and the lady is like, what's wrong with this one? But you need to be able to understand those cultural differences. And
Yes.
what I do most of the time is, if you have a meeting with people that are outside your country for the first time, you get to know their names, you get to know their country. The next thing I do is, after the first meeting, I'll write down the countries I need to make research on. Yeah, I do that. I'll go make research on each of those countries because I want my second meeting with you to be a meeting of, I know where you're coming from, I know what language you speak, I know what
Yeah.
your culture is like, or I have an idea of your culture. So anytime I'm sending you a message, I am like asking you something about, okay, I heard that you so is going on in your country. Can you talk about it? So there's always somebody who will show interest to say, wow, your knowledge of my country is amazing. So tell me about Nigeria, tell me about Ghana, tell me about so place. You go ahead, and working is achieved. All right. So that's just what I've got from what he's saying at the moment. That
Yeah.
no matter the challenges you are getting from people who are in from different places than you, don't allow them to be like challenges so difficult that it's not insurmountable.
Yeah.
Go right in, study those challenges, and tell yourself, look, the next time I'm meeting this person, the next time I'm having a conversation with this person, I'm going to have a better outing. I'm going to have a better conversation, a better networking opportunity. And who knows, anytime this person is referring to my country, the person will refer to my country in a very decent manner because I presented a version of my country to that person in a way that is admirable. Okay,
Yes.
so I wish I could go on and on, but I really, you see, I'm enjoying this interview, and I'm so happy that you really got the time of your life right now to say yes to me and yes to everyone who is listening. I'm going to share this to everyone. I'm going to keep this. Maybe I have a child tomorrow. I say there was a time if you want to network with people outside your country, come and watch this video. And whether I'm in the country or not, wherever you are located, is going to be a
Yeah.
useful resource. So, from all that we've said so far, I'm pretty sure you have one last thing to say to people who are watching you. Imagine that your younger brother, the one that used to paint, I see you share a lot of paintings, is actually
Yes.
listening to you right now. And somebody out there wants to connect and network and maybe get an award like you, a fully funded scholarship or trip to somewhere else, someone's listening to you, what is that one thing you are going to tell the person?
That's one thing I would tell anyone is to utilize internet resources. The world is
Mm,
even it's a lot easier than it was many years back. We have our
exactly. I
phones,
agree.
make use of our
Mm,
phones. Utilize internet resources. That's the only advice I have to everyone there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. We spent 51 minutes right now. I don't want it to get to an hour so that people can go have their dinner or supper if they have not had it. And then questions hopefully will come up in our private group or in the Facebook or WhatsApp group. And I'm looking forward to more and more people connecting with others outside their immediate locality, like a lot of people who like quoting this Bible portion of Abraham being called from the land of Uz to another land. I mean, there is always this amaze balls. There's always this amazing period of learning for people who have been called out from a place that seems so familiar, a place that is incredibly strange. So you get to move from point A to point B, but using a line of set skills, talents, passion, everything. I see people moving from rural areas to urban centers and from urban centers to countries to regions to different places just because they told themselves. And in fact, one of the efforts people need to make these days is, like you said, internet resources. You can travel using the internet from one part of the world to the other. How have people been utilizing that? People who prefer to travel from one gossip to the other. They prefer to travel from one Facebook post or to the other. They prefer to travel from one inbox to the other, begging for money, begging for things, begging. But the small 20 MB data that is free, eh, you can use that to search for opportunities. I tell you. You can use that to travel to another country. 20
Yeah,
MB. Yeah, you can use it.
yeah,
So
that's
that is why.
so some of these opportunities would even offer you MB. Recently, I
I see.
trained by a Coca-Cola company, and they
Hmm.
gave me MB.
Imagine,
I was
imagine.
I was given MB
Okay.
with the certificate. So you just look for these opportunities online. Some of them would come with the MB, so you would not have any excuse. So
And
there
there
are
are some
opportunities.
platforms too. Yeah. There are platforms you can use. I always recommend LinkedIn. Facebook is good if you have good friends or good followers, people who are always quick to share opportunities with you, tag you to post. If you go meet people that you are looking for a job and none of them have shared any single resource with you, then you need to change your circle. You can't tell me that out of 10 friends you have, you told the 10 of them that you are looking for a job, and not a single one have tagged you to a post online or shared your concern with people or spoken about you to somebody or shared an opportunity with you. You need to change that circle. You are never going to grow. Are never going to grow. So you need to look at how you, the kind of people that you circle yourself with, the platforms you visit, and how you utilize those efforts. And you go to LinkedIn, for instance, people are celebrating their wins. You need to learn how to clap for other people so that you almost like you're telling the entire universe, look, I've been clapping for people. I need people to clap for me. All right.
Yeah.
So, and you, when you do that, there are people who have celebrated their success. My one question after typing that congratulation is, please, I am coming to your inbox. I need to ask some questions. I just need 5 minutes. I just need 3 minutes. Can you do that for me? And most of the time, the congratulations and that message may be the only different thing in that entire list of everyone typing congratulations, congratulations. I always knew that you will make it in life, blah, blah, blah. But you go there, drop your own, but with a pinch of difference. And then the person will be like, oh, wow, someone is here that wants to do this thing I'm doing. So I've had that type of opportunities before, and I've always utilized them. So people are always ready. People who are really, really wealthy in with experience, with intelligence, with these opportunities, always share. I can tell you that for sure. They always share because they have nothing to lose. It's those ones that have everything to lose, including the fact that you are actually in the same train with them. Those are the ones that they will share the opportunity the same day that is the deadline with you. And it has always been with them all the while. Okay, so utilize the internet, utilize these platforms,
Yes.
utilize celebrating with people and asking how they got there. I think these are just the additions I can go ahead. This is an incredible community. I mean, jobs, network, and connect. And I'm so happy that we've been able to have this conversation tonight. Thank you so much, Etieno. It's really been a pleasure to have you. And I
Thank,
hope and pray that everyone who comes across this would have a tinge of enlightenment, really. Thanks you much. And for
thank you so
everyone that listened to us to this point, thank you so much for doing that.
thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. David. I really appreciate. Thank
Okay,
you.
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. All right, we'll leave it like that. Bye.
Bye.